I am a little concerned about the Jets, to be honest, in terms of concern for the Bills, because I do think the Jets have gotten dramatically better since last season. Of course, they added Aaron Rodgers, a perennial Pro Bowl, basically perennial MVP player. He did slip last season. He wasn't quite the same, but I also think the team wasn't quite the same. I'm certainly concerned, but I would love to see the Bills just go ham on that team, because the Jets definitely are coming in with some swagger, some confidence, even though they've proven absolutely nothing. I would love the Bills to take them back to earth and show them who the AFC really is and who's the king of the AFC.
Look, I think the Jets, of course, they're improved with Aaron Rodgers, but his 40-year-old season coming up, coming off a down year, I don't think he's the next Brady where we're going to see him play great until 45. We've already seen him go downhill. I think Aaron Rodgers has always been overrated. He doesn't take a lot of chances, which is why his interceptions are low. I think they shielded him well in Green Bay. I think they used the running game a ton where he didn't have to throw that much. And anytime he's been in big situations in the playoffs, outside of winning one Super Bowl, a very long time ago, the guy has choked every year in the playoffs. And last year, they didn't even make the playoffs. Do I think that the Jets have a better roster than Green Bay did last year? Yes, they have a better roster, but I don't think it's so much better that it makes them a Super Bowl contender. I think the Jets are more in the pretender category. I think the Jets are more they are an off-season darling team, which means nothing. So until the Jets prove otherwise, I think we're a way better team. I think we have a way better quarterback. I think our defense is just as good, if not better, than the Jets' defense. I am not overly concerned with the Jets. I think it's going to come down again to us, Kansas City, and Cincinnati. I think those are the teams I'm concerned with. Obviously, Cincinnati crushed us last year in the playoffs. Kansas City beat us the year before in that epic game. Mahomes, Burrow, those are the two guys I'm worried about. I'm not worried about a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers. Can barely play in the playoffs, and he had a very suspect year when he turned 39 last year. So I have no reason to believe that he's going to maintain the MVP type level of play of 2 years ago. And even so, I don't think he was that good. I think Allen should have won MVP 2 years ago. I think Rodgers is overrated. And I think we're going to have no problem holding on to the division this year. I think Miami, I've been seeing the headlines about how terrible their O-line is. I think Tua is going to get crushed again, and that's going to be that for him. New England, Mac Jones stinks. Not worried about New England. Bills win this division again this year.
I think there's a few things there that you mentioned that we got to unpack. Number one, the Buffalo Bills still have the best roster top to bottom in the entire division. I don't think anyone would argue that. Now, that doesn't mean that you win the division, but you certainly have the best opportunity to do so. And I think most importantly, the Buffalo Bills have Josh Allen. Let's be honest. Josh Allen is by far the best quarterback in the AFC East. He's in the top 3 best quarterbacks in the NFL with the other 2 guys that you mentioned. Patrick Mahomes, he is number 1. He's done enough at this point to tell me that he is a generational player. He has that potential to put up the kind of statistics that Tom Brady put up, specifically, regarding Super Bowls. And then, of course, you have Joe Burrow, who's already gone to the Super Bowl. He's beaten us. He's beaten Mahomes. He has proven that he belongs in that conversation. Not to mention, he has probably the best receiver out of those 3 teams. I think that Jamar Chase, although it stings to say it, he is better than Stephon Diggs. He's probably the best receiver in the NFL at this point.